Ms. Rodriguez. Mr. Leeper. Ms. Mayorga. Mr. Camacho. Mr. Burnett. What? Mr. Lloyd. Mr. Earl Lloyd.
Mr. Gibbs.
Thank you, sir. That would make it. Mr. Lloyd, move over to the picture. Mr. Gibbs, you're fine right there. Ms. Rodriguez, slide down just a bit. All right. Before we get this thing started, Joshua Camacho started with me basically when his brother did. He was barely born. And he's been with me, what, 12 years?
10 years, sir.
10 years. 10 years. His very first tournament, he was 4 years old. In demo division. Won a trophy bigger than he is. The trophy's still bigger than he is. And he came to me, he looked me in the eye and said, Mr. Allen, I've won. I said, well, congratulations. He said, I retired.
I do remember that.
I said, what does a 4-year-old know about retirement? So, 10 years later, he's still in retirement, and now he's testing for his black belt. Mr. Burnett came to me when he was a year and a half. His uncle, Mr. Mayorga, was one of my students, still is one of my students. The first time I saw him, he had his head completely shaven with a ducktail and bow-legged and this cute little thing running around. And then one day, his mother came to me and wanted to put him in. When did you start? 5? 8? You must have started at 5. And I got too many of them started at 5. And I'm blessed to have been their instructor, and I hope they would allow me to I can't even talk. Be their instructor here and further out. I'm very proud of all of them. I'm very proud of Miss Jackson and Mr. Leeper. They came to me from another location as yellow belts. Mr. Leeper was going through a series of, I don't want to do karate, I want to go do everything else under the sun. And finally he got motivated to do karate because I told him if you get hurt in any other sport, you just quit. Karate, you've never been hurt in. Basketball, baseball, whatever kind of ball else out there, you're going to get hurt. As soon as you get hurt, you quit. Over here, you never got hurt, but you hurt people. There you go. So, that being said, let's get this thing started. Speak! Junior judging down block. Ready? Set!
Kill!
Set! Set! Read up. Set! 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 Read up. Step back on the mark. Song Su, twin fist block. Song Su. Ready. Set! 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 Read up. Set! 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 Read up. Step back in the mark. Chucky mark here for the fence block. Chucky mark here for the fence block. Ready. Set! 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 Read up. Set! 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 Read up. Step back and come out. Shift up a couple steps, please. Thank you. Arbatigi, forearm block. Arbatigi, ready. Set! 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 Read up. Set! 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 Read up. Step back and come out. Pseudo knife hand block. Pseudo knife hand block. Ready. Set! Set! Three door up. Step. 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 Three door up. Step back in the mind. Yak Gene. Yak Gene. Reverse chop the bench. Ready. Step. 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 Three door up. Step. 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 Three door up. Step back in the mind. Yapamaki. Yapamaki. Ready. Step.
We don't practice
Step.
that one.
Step. Three door up. Step. 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 Three door up. Mike.
Excuse me, Mr. Allen, I don't teach that basics.
Oh, no worries. No worries. But do you do combination basics?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
No combination basics, I don't. I just do the six.
You just do the six and that's
Yes,
it?
sir.
Gentlemen, stay where you are. Then go by, please. Or just relax. Combinations. Song 2, twin fist block. Ready. Step. Step. Three door in the pseudo. Step. Step. Tsukimaki. Step. Step. Three door in the Judan Junction. Step.
Yeah!
Yakji. Step. Step. Yamaki. Step. Backward step. Step. Tsukimaki. Step. Three door Narabachichi. Step. Step. Pseudo step. Yakjin step. Step forward step. Yapmaki step. Song three door in the song 2 step. Tsukimaki step. Arbachichi step. Step. Haramaki down block step.
Yeah!
Mike. Kill. Take a deep breath and breathe. We're good.
Yes, sir.
Relax a bit. Tell you a little something about my eldest candidate, Miss Jackson.
Miss make 'em cry.
Call it count,
Yes.
16.
Rumor has it she's kind of mean at tournaments. I don't know where she got it from.
We've been trying to
I
talk.
think
to
she
her.
got it from Mr. Bynes. It's kind of rough. Miss Jackson was born June 21st, 1980. You Gemini? Ooh, Lord, Gemini. Hey. Okay, never mind. June 21st, 1986. Her mother, Miss Davis, she,
Mama, raise your hand.
where's, Miss Connie, where's, oh, she's right there. After Mr. Vines was going on vacation a lot, because he had a lot of vacation time, and went to go see his eldest daughter, who recently just got married. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks.
When he was going on vacation, Mr. Vines was my road dog for a good while. He spent a lot of time on the road going to tournaments. Well, I had to get surrogate, and that was Miss Davis. And of course, she would, really talk bad to me while we were driving. So I tried to make her sit in the back, but she told me she wasn't gonna do it. But she rode with me when Jonathan was smaller and Trisha was traveling to get used to doing these tournaments, because they have a requirement to do. They do 20 tournaments and 10 electives. So when I was running for Greek all those years, they decided they wanted to go with, and I said, well, that's fine, go with me, because, you're gonna do this when you become a black belt. And they got used to it, because it's exhausting, it's very exhausting. And most of these gentlemen up here, and ladies, have gone with me to many a tournament, spent many a night on the road, and talked bad to me while I was driving. I wouldn't change it for the world. How she got started in karate, she was around 6 or 7 in Hot Springs, Arkansas. She claims I believe I ranked up to orange belt before I started doing something else. I had first and second place trophies from 1993 to 1995. So yeah, I was kicking butt then too. LOL. In 2010, I started working out with Chad Lee at his gym in Garland. When Mr. Lee closed his school, I decided that I wasn't going to do karate anymore, only to be supporting factor for Jonathan because he really wanted to continue. After searching for a while, we found the Beasley karate program in Garland. By this time, I really had my mind made up that I wasn't going to be active, just a supporter. Well, that is not how things went down. So I'm sitting in my chair watching everyone, observing Jonathan, and then out of nowhere, this lady who I'd never seen before comes around, popping a belt at people, straightening up. Get on the mat, I'll pop you, and etc. Now I'm watching her go around scaring all these kids, and then she comes to me and stands in front of me, staring me straight in the eyes, and she asks, "What's your problem?" "Me, nothing, ma'am." "Why are you not on this mat?" she asked. "I'm an adult and I'm not joining." Belt pops, no one cares that you're an adult, get on that mat, pops the belt again. So that day I joined the Beasley Karate program. Thank you, Miss Flores. She's not here. Without you, your craziness, I would have missed out on an awesome experience. But this is her lovely son back here.
I would accept the award in her behalf.
Now she has special thanks. She'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Beasley, Mr. Allen, Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Mayorga, Mr. Span, and Mr. Wiedemann, Mr. Taylor, Ms. Wood Taylor, Mr. Camacho, Mr. Porter, Mrs. Martinson, Mr. Lynn Taylor, Mr. and Mrs. Reyes, and Brenda Mayorga. From the bottom of our heart, I would like to thank you. You have been there for me every step of the way, and I appreciate every bit of it. You stepped up and started working out with me on Sundays, and you ran a 5K just for me. Thank you, Mr. Span. This year has bonded us more than ever, and I wouldn't change anything. Thank you for making me YouTube famous.
You're welcome.
And goes on, she'd like to thank her mother and the other candidates as well. This is her resume as far as the tournaments were concerned. Third kata grade at the TKO Eagle Invitational, first in sparring, AOK Spindletop, first and first, Wild Wild West Championships, first and first, Texas X Championships, second and first, one kata, one sparring. AOK Texas All-Star, that would be Mr. Allen's tournaments, very nice tournament. If you all need to go, thank you. Second and second, TKL Black Belt Championships, first and first, AOK Lone Star Hardcore Classic, second and second, Monica Lopez Open Tournament, first and first, Colorado River Championships, first and first, AOK Cotton Black Belt Classic, first and first, TKL the Championship Cup, second and second, Grand Slam Karate. She did so good they didn't give her nothing. It's like not after. I went there and just they said nah.
Not today.
Mind, Body, and Soul, first and first. Cowboy Capital Championships, first and first. Great Eagles, second and first. Integrity Classic, first and first. TKL 5th Annual Lone Star Shootout, second and first. Lone Star Showdown, first and first. 12th Annual Texas Black Belt Classic, third and first. Congratulations, man.
Basically only, was it 2 tournaments that she got second in sparring?
And she what shit.
And by the way, every single one of these candidates have qualified for the LK State Championship
Good job.
in their respective areas. All right, Ms. Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez, she's an adorable picture. My first dealings with the Rodriguez family was her brother. Her brother was one of my students. He decided he had enough of karate and stopped. Then I got his father involved. And his father came and joined up, and soon after, the little one came. And so I had a father and daughter tandem in our program, in my class, and it was great. I remember when she got her yellow belt. I can't remember when you were a white belt, but I remember you got the yellow belt. You were excited, you ran around, and just thrilled. After the daughter joined, I never really saw her mother. Mother wasn't too interested in watching her daughter do karate. She would come, but she would leave. But I had Dad, so Dad was her coach as well as me. And now she's here, surpassed her brother. And karate, he said, well, when you become a brown belt, I'm coming back. He's back, all right. He's just sitting down taking pictures. Thank you, Francisco. Appreciate it. So, Mel Isabella Rodriguez was born April 8, 2003. She's 16 years old. Her education is Bowles Elementary, Jackson Technical Center, and North Garland High School. Her karate story: life is unpredictable. We were faced with many choices, but for me, it was clear since I was 1 year old. I knew eventually I would end up in karate. The older I got, the more passion for martial arts grew as well. Looking at my brother and my dad compete and bring home shiny trophies. It made me want to be like them and follow in their footsteps. When I got a little older, my dad started bringing me to the dojo, and the passion continued to grow. By his black belt year, I was coming so regularly that I spent more time learning and training than at home spending time with my own toys. I got my first uniform, sparring gear, and eventually I was ready to punch my way through the world. Now, in 2019, it's the beginning of a whole new phase of my life in karate, and it has made me realize the importance of my previous hard work and dedication, and truly value those who've helped me along the way. Today, I'm ready to take this challenge, knowing there's more to learn, but now I can also teach others the true passion and meaning of karate. And on that note, the teaching aspect, she has completely caught my back on my beginner class. I do get to school a little late on Tuesdays and Thursdays because I'm coming from the other end of town, and she has completely sewn up that beginner's class, and I thank her for that because the beginners are horrible. Horrible, they're mean little people, and they yell at me. So I just go in the office and sit down, and I just wait for it back up. So. She'd like to acknowledge her dad. I'm eternally grateful to you and my brother for showing me them pushing me to join karate. I've never once regretted my decision to join, even though there may have been some really hectic times where you drove me close to the brink of insanity. There are no words to describe how much I appreciate your dedication towards my success. That has helped shape me into who I am today. Here at this exam, thank you so much. And she'd like to thank her fellow candidates. In addition, she'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Beasley, Mr. Allen, Mr. Porter, Ms. Martinson, Ms. Givens, Ms. Kowalski, Mr. Mayorga, Mr. Lynn Taylor, Mr. Mack. Tyler is supposed to be not here. Mr. Reyes and Mr. Walter Berry. Y'all don't know who Walter Berry is? He's the guy with the hat. Oh, in 2015, she was my student of the year. She's the only one that did her white belt. Her academic achievement, she's top 5% of the 2021 class of North Garland High School, AP Scholar with Honors, 4.18 GPA, Red Cross member, HOSA member, Student of the Week for Univision, winner of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Award, participant of the clinical rotations at Baylor Scott and White Hospital in Dallas, student of the veterinary assistant class at the Gilbert Reed Career and Technical Center. I do believe she wants to be a veterinarian, is that correct?
Sir.
Yes.
We do have a veterinarian in our midst. Miss Lucy Nix is a very prominent veterinarian here in the Dallas area, and she's also one of the Beasley Black Belts. Good one. List of her tournaments: the TKO Karate Invitational, kata, first in kata, second in sparring, not applicable in self-defense or team kata. Why not? Spindletop Open, third and second, not applicable in self-defense. Panther City Classics, first and first. Wild Wild West Championships, first and first. Texas X Championship, second and first. AOK Texas All-Star Championship, first and second. TKO Black Belt Championships, first and third. AOK Lone Star Hard Kick Classic, first and first. Monica Lopez Open, first and first. Corrado River Championship, first and first. Cotton Belt Classic, first and second. TKL Championships Cup, first and third. Grand Slam Karate Classics, first and second. Mind, Body, and Soul, first and first. Cowboy Capital Classics, first and first. Great Eagle Open, first and first. Integrity Classic, I guess she did just like Miss Jackson was so good they didn't want to give her nothing. The 5th annual Lone Star Shootout, first and first. Lone Star Showdown, first and second. With second in team kata. 12th annual Texas Black Belt Classic, first and second. Excuse me. and then a host of seminars that they did as well. Let's get through this as quick as possible, I'm sorry. Mr. Leeper. His name is Jonathan T. Leeper Jr. He was born January 19, 2004. His grandmother is Miss Connie Davis. His extracurricular activities, AAU basketball and school basketball. This is how he got started in karate. I remember when he came to me, he was this little bitty kid. And every single one of the black belts on this thought he was a little girl. Every single one of them.
It was that hairstyle.
That hair was down past his shoulders and braided. So, one quick story. This was one of the best ones that I could ever tell about this young man. I think he was a green belt at the time. He had a bully at school, just pulling his hair. And we talked about the bullying and stuff like that because where we teach at is the whole premise of that organization over there is anti-bullying, bully program through boxing and karate. And this young man was pulling his hair, calling him a girl, and doing all this and doing all that. Well, his aunt came to me. She said, Mr. Allen, Jonathan needs to talk to you. I said, okay. So talk. Well, I got into a fight. Like, okay, tell me what happened. And this is when he proceeded to tell me about this little boy pulling his hair. Well, I told him to stop. He wouldn't stop. I told the teacher. He wouldn't stop. I said, well, what'd you do, son? Did you hit him? He said, no, sir, I choked him out. I didn't want to laugh, but I chuckled to myself, and I said, well, what choke did you use? He said, you know that one where you go behind the back and put the arm around it? I said, rear naked choke? He's like, that one. That's the one I used. I said, oh. I said, well, when did you stop? Well, I stopped when he stopped moving. So, how do you get mad at that? You can't. So I proceeded to tell Jonathan, I said, well, son, we don't do that. But, I mean, you did the right thing by telling him to stop. You did the right thing by going to the teacher. But you did the necessary thing to get him to stop with, do it for yourself since no one else did it for you. So that's what we teach here. We encourage you to talk first and react later. When it comes to the reaction, when you get back into the corner, that's when you got to take it, pretty much take it in your own hands. And so I didn't get mad at him. And after that, he had never gotten an altercation, since then. And kudos to you, sir. I wonder who your instructor. So that's how I got started in karate. My granny thought I needed something to do to burn off all that energy. No kidding. That I had when I was a kid. I first started training with Mr. Chad Lee, but he closed the school down and closed his karate school. Once his school was closed, my granny found another place for me to do karate because I really enjoyed it. I was welcomed to the Beasley karate program with open arms, and I'm thankful. He'd like to thank God first, giving him strength, and it's hard to make it through this year. He'd also like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Beasley, Mr. Allen, Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Mayorga, Mr. Porter, Mrs. Martins, Mr. Spann, Mr. Wiedemann, Mr. Taylor, Mrs. Woods Taylor, Mr. Camacho, Isaac Jr., Mr. Lynn Taylor, Mr. and Mrs. Reyes, and thank you, Brenda and Julia, for being there for each of us this year, trying to keep us organized and for taking so many pictures and videos. And he would like to thank his family and thank his grandmother in particular for believing in him and supporting him whenever he wanted to do something. And she is his biggest fan. She is. Mr. Allen, don't be talking like that to my baby. I will, and I shall, and I will. On his tournament scene, he did TKO Invitational. He didn't place in Kata, third in sparring, Spindle Top Open, second and second. Wild Wild West did third. Texas State Championships, third and second. Texas All-Star Championships, first. Black Belt Championships, second and third. Lone Star Hard Kick Classic, third. Monica Lopez Open Tournament, 3rd and 1st. Karate River Championships, 3rd and 2nd. Cotton Belt Classic. What happened? Just decided to forget about it, right? Yeah, okay. The Championship Cup, 3rd. Grand Slam Karate Classic, 3rd and 2nd. Mind, Body, and Soul, 3rd and 3rd. Cowboy Capital Championships, 3rd and 1st. Gray Eagle Open, same thing. Guess he just went in there and just said, yeah, we don't want no part of you. Integrity Classic, 2nd and 1st. The 5th Annual Lone Star Shootout, 1st. Lone Star Showdown, 3rd and 3rd. 12th Annual Texas Black Belt Classic, 3rd. And a host of many extras. Like I said, they had to do 10 extras. They went around Texas with seminars, and I think Mr. Span had to go. Didn't you have to go somewhere too? 5K. He's our resident runner. Got the kids involved in running. He asked me to go run. I said, no, I will drive and meet y'all at the end.
And he didn't do that.
And I didn't do that. I was at work. So, he keeps them conditioned as far as the running aspect is concerned, because that is one of the things we do initiate within the program, because you can punch and kick so much and it won't build your cardio as fast as running will. That was just all he said. Mr. Louis,
Yes.
if you could please introduce your two candidates.
Okay, well, I'll start with the, I don't emphasize tournaments as much as in my school. We teach more more for personal development. But first one I'll introduce is Mr. Lewing. He does have the same name as me, and it's because he is my son. So he's been training since he was about 2 months old. When he's 2 months old, I'm taking his legs like, okay, you fold the kick this way, then you kick out that way. So, at one point though, because I didn't have an actual school at that point, when he was about 5 years old, he made a comment that he goes, at career day, a teacher had come in for career day and done a demonstration, an instructor, and he makes the comment, goes, well, Dad, goes, a real karate instructor came to my school and this is what they told me. That's when I decided I needed to get a class going and show him what a real karate instructor was. But he says, my name is Osiah Lewing. I'm 15 years old. I've been training in the martial arts for 5.5 years. I'm a straight A student in pre-AP classes, currently attending Brewer High School. I'm involved in the culinary program and want to pursue a job in both business and culinary fields. I grew up with parents who were divorced, which affected me since I was 3. My dad had done karate since he was a boy and was eager to teach me, even Mom didn't want me to train at first. She was worried that I'd get hurt. From a young age, my dad would wrestle and play fight. He was slowly teaching me some of the basic techniques and getting me interested in martial arts. When my father decided to start a class out of our church, I finally got a chance to formally learn karate. Starting off, I only got to go to class once a week due to my scheduling with my parents. This made learning hard because I only went to class on days when I was with my dad and missed days when I was with my mom. It wasn't until I started doing tournaments that I got dedicated and truly excited about investing into martial arts. I persuaded my mom to let me go to class on her days, and after she saw me lose my first tournament, she realized that I needed to begin going to class full time if I was going to compete. From then on, I was able to grow on my journey with the support of both parents. I started just as a 10-year-old with no physical abilities or natural talents. Flexibility was the only thing I developed easily for me. Still, I was very short, overweight, and lacked strength or speed. Over time, though, with training and determination, I was able to develop my abilities. I was also grew older. I have grown in height and strength, and with these, I was able to reach the goal that I thought was impossible. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would make it to black belt, and now I've made it all the way to the biggest test of my life. I'm a little over 5 years of preparation, building me up and teaching me to prepare for the chance of a lifetime. I'm thankful for all the people who have helped me and invested in me along the way and helped me to prove myself and earn the honor of the title black belt. But I'll never forget that black belt isn't the end. It's, as my instructor would say, when the fun really begins. In my time in the martial arts, I've learned the importance of discipline, having control no matter what, and keeping your cool in the toughest situations. You must treat people with respect, and know winning the fight sometimes means avoiding the fight. A karate man must be a lethal weapon, always ready but never looking for the trouble. Being in high school, I encountered people constantly trying to antagonize me, both myself and others. Application of martial arts in daily life is using self-control and discipline when dealing with these people who would just get fed up and fight fight with them. Instead, I do my best to avoid them and take any insult on the shoulder. A black belt isn't just about being a good fighter, it's about character. When I earn my black belt, I don't want to go around bragging and picking fights. I give the title of respect it deserves, and every day push myself to keep improving and teaching the next learners to be the good black belts at the same time. What a black belt is to me is the culmination of 5 years of discipline, hard work, building the best person I can be with a fist of steel and the heart of a tiger. And then I have Mr. Gibbs. Mr. Gibbs started with me the first night I started my school out of the church. He and his son came. His son wasn't able to, made it to Greenbelt and then went off to college. I expected that he was going to quit at that point. He stuck with it. He came in with no athletic ability, but he stuck with it, and he's become tremendous. He's never competed in tournaments, but for years he was the only adult, highest ranking adult in my class. So he was my sparring partner to get ready for you, Mr. Allen.
Say what?
He was when I was trying to get ready for you in tournaments. He helped me get me ready when he was green belt. I was in there practicing all my techniques I was going to throw on him. So he's felt like he's been in the tournaments. All right. So here's his journey. I took karate class under Mr. Roger A. Kane, a system called Yin Yang Golden Dragon Karate when I was a teenager. I advanced to the rank of blue belt in that system. My instructor was proficient in both staffs, so I learned a couple of katas and fighting techniques with that weapon, with more than a few bros and knuckles. I took a karate class briefly in college, but I was Japanese style and very different from what I was used to, and I did not stick with it. I went to Caltech, where the Big Bang Theories guys taught, and I got a degree in physics. Though my hobby was computers, I've had a long career in software engineering with one detour to get a PhD in theoretical physics from Georgia Tech. 5.5 years ago, Mr. Lewing, whom I knew at church, told me he was starting a karate class. I was 50 at this point, now 56. I started attending as a way of getting in better shape, and it was also an activity I shared with my son. I was not expecting that time to advance to black belt. I thought my age and general lack of athletic ability would cause me to plateau in some intermediate level, but I stuck with it and didn't quit when it got hard, and I continued to advance. I have unusually short legs and slightly out-turned hip that makes high kicks and roundhouse difficult for me but outside crescent kicks much easier. On the plus side, my build gives me an advantage in takedowns, which I'll say that try to take that man down if he doesn't want you to. Mr. Lewing has helped me to develop a fighting style that is appropriate to my build. I've become proficient at blocking and countering, but I do not have the speed and reach of the younger men I fight. In my time of doing karate, I've learned a great deal, dropped almost 40 pounds, and I've gotten into much better shape. I have improved my stamina and coordination, also more confident in my ability to defend myself should the need arise. Less than a year into my training, my wife and I my wife left, and I've been back in the dating world. Martial arts has helped me in my confidence, and as I would also like to feel safe, as women would also like to feel safe with me. I love the camaraderie and the support of the martial arts community, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Earning a black belt would be a very significant accomplishment in my life, and I would like to thank Mr. Lewing for the encouragement and all the time he spent training me. Thank you, Mr. Allen.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. The other two, I'm not leaving y'all out. Mr. Camacho and Ms. Mayorga, and we'll get to them as well. We have a very short window, so we're gonna get through this quick and get to eating. Beat. Mr. Camacho, can you move over a bit, please? Make sure. Chanji. Shija.
Yeah! Yeah!
Mr. Gibbs, calm down, relax, and start over.
Anyone else? Come on. Ms. Gibbs. Kangaroo. Again. Roll it down.
Get up. Get up.
Right. Tosan. Sejak.
Get up. Get up.
Mr. Looney, calm down and start over.
Louis.
Start over.
Breathe, son.
Overthinking, young man.
Yes, you're overthinking it. You know these.
Done. Thank you. One yoke. Sejak.
Get up. Get up.
Run. Go. Give. Sejak. Run. You go. Again.
Get up.
Give.
Keep going, sir. Come on.
Let's go.
Keep going.
You win. Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Sure. All right. Okay, we get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
One. Sure. Stagger that way. No, y'all stay. Middle right, middle stay. Right, group stagger this way. Go back. Alright, y'all know it's like. Good move. Big. Begin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Go. Cody. Big. Again.
Kip.
Show.
All right, class, it's time for the show. I want to say something. The next kata we worked on this year as a group. This is their showcase kata as a group. Pay particular attention to this. It's a very nice kata.
Last side, right? Me. Jack.
Kip.
Right?
Good job, class.
Take off for a hot minute. Also today we're got a couple of black belts who are moving up in rank. Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Mayorga are going for the fourth. I think Mr. Rodriguez, you have one kata, yes?
Yes, sir.
You would please?
Sir.
I do believe Mr. Rodriguez is doing forward.
Yes, sir.
Correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Whenever you're ready. One. Go. Sir?
Sorry.
Totally forgot what you were doing.
Tight neck.
Yeah, we're ready, sir. Good job, sir.
Mr. Allen, is this when you would want my students to do their specialty kata?
Yes, sir.
Right. Mr. Louie, what are you gonna be doing today, Mr. Louie?
Original open form, wing loose, sir.
Begin when you're ready. Thank you, sir.
You got
Mr. Gibbs. Mr. Gibbs, what will you be doing for your specialty?
Traditional bow staff kata, Sakagawa no kan. Sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you will please come back out. Come on. Let's go. My esteemed colleagues informed me that we missed a part of the test. Your combination. Oh, no, we're gonna do that later. I'm gonna get two more out first. Level leg out, fighting six, go!
Yeah!
Back fist, reverse punch, front hand, rich hand, turning back fist, reverse punch. Ready, what?
Go!
2,
Go!
3,
Go!
switch.
Go!
Ready, what?
Go!
2,
Go!
3,
Go!
switch.
Go!
Keep up, fellas.
Come on, let's go.
They may be doing some combinations that we do slightly different in our class, so.
Oh, okay.
So they may not be taught that, they could do it if they may have not have heard what they were specifically going to do.
Oh, okay. Different name. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do on this front leg is gonna do a heel kick, spin kick, side kick, turn kick, back fist, reverse punch. Heel kick, spin kick, side kick, turn kick, back fist, reverse punch. Front leg. Huh?
Hook kick.
What is a heel kick?
Hook kick.
Hook kick.
Hook kick.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, ready? What?
Go!
Somebody got a hold on. 2,
Go!
3,
Go!
switch.
Go!
Ready? What?
Go!
2,
Go!
3,
Go!
switch.
Go!
Any one of you prestigious white belts have a combination you wanna fill out?
Back fist side kick.
Back fist side kick. Other side, sir. Left leg out, sir.
Left leg in front.
Back fist side kick. Ready? What? 2, 3. Switch.
Go!
Ready? What? 2, 3. Switch.
Go!
Front leg spin kick, sit it down, back fist, reverse punch, back leg spin kick. Front leg spin kick, back fist, reverse punch, back leg spin kick. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Two sets.
Go!
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Two sets.
Go!
Straddle stance, both hands out, pull back with the right. Give me 50 down the middle, key out on the last one. Ready, go. Go hard and fast, let's go, keep it up.
Breathe.
Bend your knees. Battle stance.